Let's see. December 26th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Also true. Okay, let's see what Maya is saying. Hey Nick, it's Yo. I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made it through the day okay. It's a relief. Hey, why'd you do that anyway? I don't know. I just knew I had to do something. I know I'm not the lawyer my sister was. I'm sorry. Well, you did save the trial. Just behave from now on, okay? I don't fucking know what she did, though. This is stressful. Hell yeah. You did? That was quick. What kind of tea? My tea is always too hot, and then it gets too cold, and it's just a whole thing. Okay, the ad's done. Let's read this now. Have you been questioned yet? No, not yet. Detective Gumshoe was here just now. He said, seeing as this is your first offense, we'll let you go after questioning. Woo! Oh, and he wanted me to get bail money ready. You can pay for me, okay? Huh? How much? I don't know. I guess they'll send you a bill or something. Why do I picture giant bales of money every time I hear the word bail? Well, now I'm gonna picture that too. Geep tea, which I mean green. Bulbs. Oh. And that was not a euphemism. We love peach here. Let's see. Any luck with Mia? None. I can't get through to her at all. I tried. I really did. I don't know what to do. I think I probably shouldn't have stopped my training. She sounds like she really did do her best. I should check and see if there are any waterfalls in the local area. I wonder if I'll ever see my sister again. Okay.
Not a ton harder.
I guess let's go back to the woods. Oh. Gumshoe. I hope you're cozy. Alright, let's see what Gumshoe has to say. Hey pal, trial today, Yes, what about the trial? Well, I was gonna say good show, but it wasn't really all that. Though you did save Mr. Edgeworth, I guess. I just wasn't sure how to thank you, you know? Or thanks. Oh, there's stuff to talk to him about and I'm like searching. Okay. Tomorrow's trial. Any idea what strategy Von Karma is planning for tomorrow? It sounds like he's bringing in another witness. Another witness? Oh, right. He said something about that in the trial today. There were 2 witnesses. I was wondering who that other witness was. Who was it? Sorry, pal. As much as I'd like to, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Right. Edgeworth. Oh, right. I wanted to ask you something about Edgeworth. What's up? Is he afraid of earthquakes? I never heard anything about that before. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't talk about himself too much, see? But there's one thing that's clear as day. Him hating crime the way he does, and him becoming a prosecutor. And him being scared of earthquakes. It all started with that incident. The DL6 incident? Yep, that's the one. 15 years ago, when he saw his father shot before his very eyes. He still feels the pain now. You can see it in his eyes. I mean, yeah, that's not something you would, like, just forget. Wanted to talk to you about Maya Fey. Huh? She's not out on bail yet? That's strange. I told him to let her go as soon as they had their report written up. Man, I don't know what would have happened in that courtroom today if it weren't for her. Seeing her getting dragged out by the bailiff, I'll be honest with you, pal, I shed a tear or two. Mr. Edgeworth, he was so moved, I saw his lip trembling. Really? Cold as ice, Edgeworth? He was really grateful for what she did, you know? I'm going to head back to the station. I'll get the report on Maya and get her out of there as soon as I can. Thank you. Oh, wait. I was wondering, how much is bail going to be? Don't worry about that. Mr. Edgeworth is posting the whole amount. What? Edgeworth? Didn't I tell you? He's grateful to her for what she did. Alright, pal. Well, don't forget to go pick her up, okay? Maybe I can get Edgeworth to pay this month's rent, too. Okay. Feels such a strange concept for me. Yeah. I mean, basically, if you're rich, you don't have to stay. Haha. Like you're arrested. Oh wait, you're rich, right? We'll just take the money, thanks. You're free to go. Gotta scoot. Steamboat, thanks so much for hanging out. It was so great to have you. I hope we'll get to see you again soon. Have a great night. Or whatever time of day it is for you. Enjoy your stream, thanks so much. Oh, and for anyone who maybe hasn't checked out my YouTube yet, we just uploaded my 100th video. It is my Kingdom Hearts 2 first play. It's part 10, which is Tron, which wasn't really my favorite, so that's kind of funny that that's the 100th video. But, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 was fun. It has been a slightly underloved series on YouTube for some reason, so any amount of watching it does a lot. Wait till you hear about fines. Stop. Yeah, no. Laws clearly only apply to people who aren't rich enough to pay them off, I guess, is really what it seems like. I wasn't a big fan of the Tron level either. I felt it dragged way too long. Yeah, it was just like, I had a hard time with it, I feel like. If I'm remembering correctly. I just remember like struggling for a long time. I don't think there's really much to examine here. Police took the actual boat that was used. Of course, that makes sense. Would be weird if they didn't. Okay, so we gotta just go back to the entrance. I think I have to go back and pick her up. Oh, she's not here. Oh no, she's here. Hey Nick, you finally came. They just finished the paperwork. I'm free to go. Those interrogators were really mean. They were like, okay, what did you do this time? Like I was some kind of criminal. Can you believe it? Well, they let you out in the end, didn't they? Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for bail. Thank Edgeworth. Huh? He posted bail for you. Said he was grateful for what you did. Mr. Edgeworth did that? I have to make it up to him. We've got to win this case, Nick.
This tile is now also invisible.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Tron fight music is top tier. I believe the track is called Bite Bashing on the OST. I listened to Kingdom Hearts OST on the reg. Nice! The music was good. I just remember really struggling. Wasn't it that like bike part and stuff?
Yeah.
I had such a rough time with that because it was so different. I just wanted to smash guys with a keyblade, not like play a racing game. It was just hard. Alright, let's see. What to do? What do you think we should do next? We're kind of lacking in the clues department. We could go to the park and look for Gordy.
Is that doing right?
I was kidding. Still, if there are any clues out there, the park's as good a bet as any. What do you say? Shall we head down there? Didn't I just go there? Sure. Have you noticed anything lately? You know, I did notice one thing while I was here in detention. It's really pretty comfortable here. It's warm and they keep it very clean. I meant, have you noticed anything about the case? Well, not much more than that, no. She's probably still upset about me. I should leave her alone. So we're going back to the park even though we were just there. There aren't many cops around today, are there? They're probably back at the precinct working up the case against Edgeworth. Hey, y'all! Hey, it's Alana. Y'all really did it today. What did we do now? No, I'm not complaining. See, I did a little thinking. A little self-reflection, you might say. I realized that being a witness is a mighty big responsibility, but I just went up there and started blabbing any old thing that came to mind. Oh. I think all I said was Lotta. I accidentally skipped over it. So you see, I want to make it up to y'all. Make it up. Making it up. Lotta, what do you mean by making it up to us? Well, you see, actually, I got a bit of information for you. What? That Von Karma didn't want me to say nothing about it. What? Now we're getting to the heart of it. See, I reckon we might be able to do ourselves a little exchange. I can't, like, not do this voice for her. I'm so sorry. Exchange? I thought this was to make it up to us. Right. I propose a little exchange to make it up to you. I can't. This voice is too much. What? Information don't come cheap, my friend. Hey. I see you thinking, my, how unsophisticated these Southern folks are. It's written all over your face. Let me tell you, most Southerners are way more sophisticated than you. I'm just the exception, okay? Well, what'll it be? We gonna deal or not? What do we do, Nick? This is for our friend. Deal. We don't have any other leads, so I don't think we have a choice. Yeah. Okay, how much? Huh? You completely off your rocker? I may not be sophisticated, but I'm not trying to rob the poor. Huh?
She just called you poor.
I guess so. Damn. Thought I was wearing a nice suit and everything today. Okay. The only fair exchange for information is information. Listen good. What I need from you is information about Gordy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gordy? Wait, who's Gordy? But Gordy doesn't... I mean, Gordy might not exist. Then bring me proof that shows he don't.
Gordy is the Loch Ness Monster thing.
Oh, the thing that she was trying to get a picture of.
Yep.
Right. Okay, okay. I'll be keeping watch from the car, okay? You see something, y'all come to me first, got it? Okay. Right, see y'all later. Okay, Nick, let's get hunting. Hunting? You don't seriously mean... Gordy? I sure do. What about Edgeworth? We're searching for Gordy for him, Nick. Don't you get it? Okay, and how exactly do we search for a make-believe monster? Maybe we can find a monster myth specialist? Wait. I guess I was supposed to talk to her about the other two things first? Or was that the important one?
That would have been...
And that's why it doesn't care that I didn't say the other two? Okay.
Most of the time, it doesn't care if you say the important one first.
Okay. Someone call Howie. Who's Howie? Sounds like a BitTorrent tracker. Gotta keep your seed ratio up. Oh. Okay, wait. What do we have here now? What's that? Yeah, that wasn't there before. The Steel Samurai, Nick. Yo, Maya. Larry, what the heck is that? Oh, it was my girl Keontae's idea. She was all, if you like put this here, it would be like really cool. Dude, she gave it to me along with the banner. Wow. That's real impressive she could find those for you. Well, she knows a lot of people. And that show's finished now, so she got them for free. Right. Howie Mandel hosts the game show Deal or No Deal. Oh. I got you. I didn't see that at the right time, so I'm sure it was perfectly timed and I just, you know, missed it because I was looking at the game. Alright, Edgeworth. Oh shit, he's sweating and blushing. He got some cute eyelashes all of a sudden too. Okay. Yo, Nick. What happened with Edgy? Well, we made it through the first day in court alright. I don't know how good our prospects are from here on though. Huh. Hey Larry, did you know Mr. Edgeworth's secret weakness? He's terrified of earthquakes. didn't mean to say it like that. He acts like a little boy. Huh? That's weird. I don't think he was ever like that in school. No, really? Well, we were only in the same class for a little bit. He transferred schools pretty quickly. Secret weakness. Right, when the DL6 incident happened. Doesn't look like Larry knows about it though. Okay. Big samurai. Tell me about it, bud. Hey Larry, when'd you get that big thing? Huh, the big guy? I've had that for about a month, yeah. It's a big hit with the kids. Why wasn't it there yesterday? Huh? Huh? Oh, right. The compressor was busted. Why are you tripping over your words right now? Because that wasn't something you were doing before. Compressor. Yeah, it's that little unit by my hot dog stand. Oh yeah, we see it over there. That's what I used to put air in the Steel Samurai. It broke a little while ago, so I sent it in for repairs. Oh. And here I thought you'd inflated it by yourself. I mean, it wasn't here earlier today either when I was just here. Interesting, Larry. Interesting. Hey, y'all. Well, y'all find anything out about Gordy? No, nothing. Well, keep moving. It gets cold out here at nighttime. It is a little chilly. I think I have to sneeze. Whoa, whoa, no you don't. No sneezing. Oh, no. Oh, no. A bunch of pictures just went off because she sneezed. I told y'all no sneezing. See, I set the camera to respond to things a little softer than a bang. It'd trigger on one of Von Karma's finger snaps now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, sorry's nice, but what about my film? Nick, pay the lady. Sob. What happened? I learned something in today's trial, that's for sure. Testifying is serious business. That's why I decided not to talk about that case anymore. Huh? Whoa, didn't you say you had information about the case? Tell us that at least. Like I said, I'll trade it for the dirt on Gordy. What are you going to do if Gordy doesn't exist? I'll quit being an investigative photographer. What? After all, I only have one photo to my name so far. What's a good one? You bet. A UFO. A UFO. Oh, UFO. UFO. Like a UFO. UFO. Anyway, if I can't get a career making photo this time around, then that's it. I'll quit and go back to school. Huh? So you really are a university student? Yeah, well, I'm taking a break for a bit. Right.
Yeah.
Why didn't this have a check mark when I just did this one? If Gordy doesn't exist, I'll quit being an investigative photographer. What? Okay. A UFO. Why does this not have a check mark when I've talked to her about it?
Maybe she doesn't need to say it.
No, I just went through it again and it was the exact same thing.
Maybe it's because you haven't like finished that.
Oh, maybe I'm supposed to present something about Gordy.
Do I not have another, like, thing of it?
So maybe I present this to her? Maybe? You for real? That was so great. It took me a minute to figure out what she was saying. You know, I was wondering, yeah? What if you get a picture of Gordy and it turns out like this enlargement did? Y'all crazy? A blurry picture like this doesn't make a hit story. I need a picture that screams, I am Gordy, hear me roar. I can't turn something like this into the paper. What kind of a fool do y'all think I am? The kind of fool that would turn a blurry picture in as evidence in a murder trial? I messed it up. Not to mention claiming she saw something she didn't see. I mean... Is there something else I need to present to her right now?
You may not have the piece of evidence that you need to present her yet.
Oh, okay. Alright. There's just like nothing else to like examine over here?
You already talked to Larry, right?
Yeah.
It says go back to the criminal affairs department.
Oh. Yeah, I just feel a little lost. Yeah, I did talk to Larry already. You're right, we haven't gone here yet today. Alright, Criminal Affairs Department. Hey there, pal. What's up? You look out of sorts. Wait, you didn't go and do something that's gonna hurt Mr. Edgeworth's case again? What do you mean, again? Whatever, have a seat, pal. I'm here for you if you need anything. Besides money, that is. The investigation. How's the investigation proceeding? It's not really. We have another meeting coming up. We're supposed to talk about Mr. Edgeworth's motive. His motive? See, Mr. Edgeworth's father died in the DL6 incident, and the guy who got the lone suspect declared innocent was the victim in this case. Robert Hammond. They're saying that's why Mr. Edgeworth shot him, and Edgeworth never talks about his past. I bet they'll drag that out and hit him with it in court tomorrow, too. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I gotta admit, it doesn't look good, pal. Give us something good from Gordy, please. Say, Detective Gumshoe, do you know Gordy? The monster down in Gourd Lake? Not personally, no. Well, we're looking for it. Huh? Are you out of your minds? Eek. You got time to go wild monster hunting? How about doing a little questioning for me, then? Oh. Detective Gumshoe is scaring me, Nick. I think he's scaring us all. I told Detective Gumshoe about the deal with Lana. Nick, try telling him sooner next time. Sorry. I see, pal. Sorry for shouting at you. Okay. I, Detective Gumshoe, will aid your search for Gordy. Huh? I'll loan you one of our newest secret weapons for finding evidence. What? Really? You take whichever one you like. Secret weapons? Okay, give us the goods. Hold on now, everything in due time. First, let me show them to you. These are our best and brightest. Introducing secret weapon number 1, Missile. Missile? He's a canine police dog, still in training. Missile, here boy. Ah, it's a puppy! Look at this pupper. He just likes to help. Here he is. Hey, he's cute. Look, Nick, cute dog. A cute dog. And this will help us out. Woof. Next secret weapon number 2, a fishing pole. Here, this is my own personal pole. Detective Gumshoe. We're looking for a monster. Yeah? How are we supposed to catch a whole sea monster with a fishing pole? Never know till you try, pal. Okay, this next one is the last one. No, please, I'm already overwhelmed by our choices. Secret weapon number 3. A metal detector. Here. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for something alive. Right. How are we supposed to find him with a metal detector? You never know, it might have been eating soda cans. Well, which will it be? I can't make up my mind, Nick. They all seem so perfect. I can't make up my mind either for the totally opposite reason. Oh well, I suppose it can't hurt to borrow one of them. I mean, probably the dog, right? But I don't think the dog's gonna find it. Oh, there's an ad happening. I'm sorry, I didn't see it starting.
Is that a rhetorical question?
I mean, am I gonna have another option if I pick the wrong one?
You could come back here, but depending on how fast you're trying to do it,
Well, I'll try it. Can we borrow Missile? Sure thing, pal. Be good to him. Woof. He's so cute. Oh boy. Canine unit Missile borrowed from Detective Gumshoe. Alright, dog is coming with us. Let's go to the lake, pup. We're talking. Hey, Nick. Missile's been acting strangely. Missile? Oh, right. That little creature of the detectives. What the fuck? Call it a dog, Phoenix. What is wrong with you? Hey, I love little doggies. Good boy, good boy. Grrr. He's pissed at Larry. Oh, shit. He said no to this guy. What's wrong, Missile? Yip, 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 yip. Eek! Missile! Missile! Munch, 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 munch. Wow! Stop that thing! Cannibal! It's eating my samurai dogs. They're not real dogs. Why would you go cannibal? My samurai dogs. Wow, he ate every single one. I'm sorry, Larry. Sorry? Sorry, don't pay my bills, Nick. Ah ha ha ha. It's going to have to this time. Okay. That was weird. Okay, we have nothing to talk to him about. We'll take him to the woods. Why am I way over here? There's no one to talk to. Well, now I'm confused. I keep going through the same thing. Maybe the dog was not it?
The puppy was not it.
Okay. Well, it was worth it to see. Is it the fishing pole?
No.
How?
It's 11:11. Give me a shooting star to make a wish. Yes.
Where is?
It's 11:11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Make a wish.
Wiz, thank you for the mountain time 11:11. Oh my goodness. Okay, make another wish, y'all.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. Sorry. I got a good wish, and then my eyes were closed and it made me sleepy. Wiz, thank you so much. What the hell? You're the best. It's the metal detector. Can you borrow that metal detector? Sure thing, pal. Not sure what we're gonna find with this. Remember, you're hunting for a monster. Anything is possible. Anything. Okay, well, I guess we go back here. Wiz, thank you so much. I'm gonna send you this message. Screw being perfect. Wait, what do you mean?
Goddamn, thank you.
What about being perfect?
Thank you for 34 months.
That's a long amount of months.
That is.
It's long. Oh, that's okay. Finn. 33 months over here?
I plead the fifth.
Finn knows not to talk to cops. Pleading the fifth. Finn, we love you. Thank you so much for 33 months. 32 of them in a row. Holy shit. We love you, Finn. How are you doing? I don't get it. Do I present the thing? Maybe? Yeah, we're saying something. Hey Lotta, look at this. It's a metal detector. I know what it is. I'm not sure that's gonna pick up Gordy though. Unless he's been eating people's watches or spare change or something. Oh. I hadn't thought about that. Okay, so that's not helpful.
Head to the boat rental shop.
Oh, I just came to the woods. I didn't think to even go there. Okay. That makes more sense. I'm all over the place. It's always so quiet here. I wonder if the boat shop is closed for good. Well, with the murder on the lake and all, they're probably just taking a vacation until it blows over. I get it. Beep, beep, beep. Oh shit, we beeping over here. Wait, there's a hype train close? Y'all did this with your 1111s and your resubs? Oh my goodness. And your geep subs? Geep, geep, geep. Nick, it's geeping. It's beeping. The metal detector's found something. Sure's loud enough about it. Whatever it is, it must be in those bushes. Go check it out, Maya. Why do I have to check it out? Nick. Look. What is this? Huh. An air tank. Huh. The valve looks broken. I thought it was Gordy. Maya, first of all, why would Gordy be in the bushes? And second of all, why would a metal detector react to a sea monster? Oh. Huh. There's something wrapped around this air tank. It looks like a string of flags. Like from the samurai thing. Well, we might as well take it with us now that we found it. It's heavy. Air tank of dubious value retrieved. An empty air tank. The valve is open and a banner of flags is wrapped around it. I don't think there's anything left to examine here. No, that was the examine part. Now we go back here. There's nothing to talk to him about here, but definitely it's these flags from over here. back to like the law office. Fresh air. Gotta say, freedom feels great. Behave yourself in the courtroom tomorrow, okay? Heh. Misbehaving's much more fun. It's not gonna be so much fun with it's not gonna be so much fun when Edgeworth refuses to pay your bail again. Now I just imagine bail as bales of money, like bales of hay. Please.
You were close and talking to Larry again, by the way. When you went back to talk to Larry.
Oh, I tried to see and it didn't have anything new.
Try presenting something that you just got.
Oh, for some reason I expected it to have a new thing pop up because I had it. Not to have to present it to him. Okay. That makes more sense. Present. What? An air tank. What about it? Larry, I wanted to ask you about this tank. Have you seen it before? Have you seen this before? Huh? Me? No, never. Who the heck will go diving in the middle of the winter?
Sure.
There's something about the way his eye twitched when I showed him the tank. Yeah, I can see it twitching. I think I better pursue this line of questioning a little further. Is it yours? Say, is this air tank yours? Why would I have a thing like that? Look, see how there's a string of flags around the tank valve? It's just like the string of flags around your steel samurai there. Blush and sweat. Must be a coincidence. There's strings of flags everywhere these days. Not here. Like elementary schools and used cars dealerships. Look, why would I need a tank anyway? To inflate something? You used this to inflate that, didn't you? Inflate what? What else? That big puffy steel samurai. Now, why would you go asking me a question like that? Looks like I hit the nail on the head. Right. Actually, see, the compressor I always use is on the fridge, so I tried using the tank to inflate it just once, and it didn't go so well, as I suspected. Ask more about the tank. It didn't go so well. Yeah. Do you think you could be a little more specific? Come on. Look, it's embarrassing, so I really don't want to talk about it. Tell us. Fine. Whatever. It's like what I said, the compressor was busted. So I took the tank and tried to fill the samurai up with that. And then... BLAM! The valve busted open and made this incredible noise. And that tank there took off like a rocket. And it took my poor deflated steel samurai with it. What? Off into Gourd Lake? It sure scared me out of my gourd, that's for sure. Alright, I have more questions, I think. Tried to use this tank to fill up the samurai. I was attaching the tank when it happened. Blam. Okay, we already said this part. What a sight that was. I wish I could have seen it. Me too. Okay. Is that all we get? Oh, the flying air tank. Now we're back into talk. This is confusing. The timing on the lo-fi sound effect and the music. Oh my god, was it lining up well? Or poorly? So the tank and the steel samurai you were trying to fill up flew away? What happened next? Well, all that happened on the 20th or so. The 20th, a week ago. Now, as far as I could see, the tank went flying out into the lake, so I went out every night in a boat looking for it. I mean, Kionsei gave me that steel samurai after all. And when did you find it? Just the night before last. It flew way out there. It took me 4 whole days to find it. The night before last. was the night of the murder. Sorry for not telling you, Nick. Actually, I was here on the night of the murder. Is he the fucking other witness that they're gonna bring? Objection! Hold on, I need to edit this command. This will be worth it, I promise. Yeah, hold on. Now it's both. Now it's both. Thank you for that beautiful addition to our objection command. Llama's made that. Okay, actually I was here on the night of the murder. But you see, I went home before midnight. So you didn't know about what happened. No. That's too bad. It's not all bad. We've solved one mystery at least. A mystery? Maybe we should go tell her. Yeah, maybe we should, because I don't know either.
Go talk to Lottie.
Okay. Thanks. Well, Mr. Lawyer, I've got the info y'all need. Y'all got the scoop on Gordy for me yet? It's not gonna be that easy to find him, you know? You better hurry, or you won't have that info in time for the trial tomorrow. Uh-oh. Do I say we found him or he doesn't exist?
He doesn't exist.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't have any proof that we found him, so it has to be this, because it wasn't nothing yet. Lotta? There's no such thing as Gordy. What? How can y'all be so sure? Really, Nick? Y'all got some proof Gordy doesn't exist? The proof that Gordy doesn't exist. He's out there somewhere.
It's here.
It's here! Of course I have proof. No lawyer worth his badge will make a claim without the proof to back it up. Here's the proof that Gordy doesn't exist. Oh, because this was in the lake.
There you go.
Take that! Take that, take that, take that, take that! Larry's air tank. What are y'all doing air tank? This is Gordy. Excuse me? What exactly are you saying, Nick? There's a stand near here, a hot dog stand. There's a giant inflatable samurai doll there. About a week ago, an idiot who happens to be a friend of mine tried to fill it. He used this air tank, and when the valve blew, the tank flew into the lake. Apparently, it made a pretty loud bang when it flew. A bang? The tank, along with the still deflated samurai, fell into the lake at the same time. A couple was taking a photograph of the lake. This photo. Wait. So you're saying that Gordy is really the Steel Samurai? She's pissed. She's sad and defeated. Well, that's a fine way to ruin a gal's dreams. I'm sorry, Lotta. Nah, it's okay. You win. I'll give you your info like I promised. Poor Lotta. Give me that info, though.
Just look the cops over this.
So tell us this information that you have. A promise is a promise, I guess. I overheard the cops around here saying something about the witness tomorrow. They said he's the caretaker of the boat rental place up the path here. The boat caretaker! It's not Larry! Boat rental? There's someone there? I mean, it looks so deserted. Just an old guy living all by himself. Y'all should go check it out. Thanks, Lotta, we will. Let's get cracking, Nick. Hold on. Something else? No, that wasn't her. Something else. That was Phoenix. Yeah, the night of the murder, my camera clicked twice, you know. Twice? You have another photo? Well. Yeah, but there's nothing in it at all, just the lake. I figured it wouldn't be much use as evidence, so I kept it to myself. It might not be helpful at all, but here, take it. Alright, we'll take it. Bye now, y'all take care. Time for me to pack up and leave. Well, sad for her, but... Poor Lotta. It's all Larry's fault. The legend still lives on, I guess. The legend? Yeah, the legend of Larry, familiar to all who know him for any length of time. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Someone should whip that butts into shape. Well. Let's go to that boat rental shop. This is the boat shop that Lotta was talking about. You're right. Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all. Well, let's go check it out anyway. Oh, do I have to like actually move? Ah, the caretaker's shack. We in a new place. Wonder what that photo will end up being proof of, right? A very interesting little tidbit. I'm very intrigued, honestly. Okay. Caretaker's shack. Meg, that you? Eek! Hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been worried sick. Nick, you handle this. I think I'll leave this one up to you, Maya. Oh god. Meg! Yes? Finally made up your mind, have you? My mind? You'll run the pasta shop when I'm gone? Pasta? Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. You make your old man proud. When you kids left the house, I didn't know what to think. How am I supposed to keep this place running, an old man like me? Polly, the kids are home. Hello, hello, squawk. Nick, what was that? A parrot? The one on that perch? Keith! Yes? I leave the wet noodle in your capable hands, Sonny. Nick, what's the wet noodle? Based on the available evidence, I'd say it's the name of his pasta shop. That's a relief, isn't it, Polly? I'm not gonna read that every time. Yep. He fallen asleep. He fell asleep. I guess he's relieved. I don't really care about your pasta restaurant right now, sir, I'm not gonna lie. Ew. This is the boat rental shop, right? What are you talking about? This here's the Palace of Pasta, the wet noodle. Though now that you mention it, we haven't gotten many orders for spaghetti lately. All the kids come up and say, yo dude, we want to ride on one of your boats. That's why I keep them boats out there. Youngsters these days. Darned if I understand them. I mean, sir, you're not advertised as a pasta place? It's a boat shop?
Show them your...
We're all confused. Okay, well I'm not there yet, but thank you. Nick, this isn't going anywhere, but this old man is the witness tomorrow, right? We've got to find some way of getting information out of him. Present! Dude, wake up! I'm a lawyer! That a lawyer's badge? Yes, it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognize my badge. I get it. Huh? Yep. I got you figured out now. You're not Keith. Nick! Now's our chance to clear things up. Sir? No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg either. We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night. Please help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. Alright, I'll help. But on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. We'll do it, sure. Okay, we promise. Nick! Are you sure about this? Anything to get this case solved. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? I guess so. That's my boy. Good for you, Keith. Wait, didn't I just say... You too, Meg. Oh god, this guy's the witness? I'm losing it. You bring a tear to your old man's eye, you know? Now what was that you wanted to know? Speak up, Polly. Yeah, Polly says hello, hello, squawk every time. Now he's talking to the bird again. How do we get him to talk to us? Come on down to Keith's Combination Boat Rental and Pasta Restaurant. Okay, what do we do?
Present the leaked photo.
The first one? Or the one we just got?
I'm assuming just the first one.
Okay, I think so too. Yup, I seen this. You know something about this, sir? Keith? Yes? It's okay. You can call me Dad. Dad, you know something about this? Yup, the other night. Out on the lake. Yes? Yes? I know all about that. I seen it. What? Tell us. Tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose, since you're taking over the shop and all... Oh, he fell asleep for that one. That was not it. Am I supposed to present something else? I did this photo already.
He gave you the info after the photo. Back out and examine the parrot.
I guess I haven't examined anything.
I don't mind helping you out through this work because this part's a little...
Yeah, there's a lot. All these fish are saltwater fish. Huh. Why would you pick up a TV from the dump? Okay. Okay. Sorry, these parts were not as important. We got slippery spoons and smooth holes. I don't know what I meant by slippery spoons, so don't ask. That's great. Let's see. Wow, what an amazing parrot that is. Good morning. Hello? It ignored me. What? You forgot Meg? You gotta call her name first. Her name? Polly, how you been? Now she talks. See? Neat. So the parrot's name is Polly. Parrot added to the court record. Why? Too bad all she can say is hello. Har har har. Old Polly can say lots of things. You just need to know the secret words. This is no time for an ad. Snooze! We're learning secret words. Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, squawk. Hee hee, cute. Maya's found a new friend. Was that it?
Yes. Now head back to criminal affairs.
Oh wait, there's a few more things to ask him about now?
Never mind, talking first.
Okay.
And
And then criminal affairs?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. My memory's gotten worse as of late. That's why I just tell everything important to old Polly here. Everything important? Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228, squawk. Alright. Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya? See, Nick, all it takes is a little clever thinking. And a criminal mind. Quick, Nick, write that number down. Hey, don't get me involved in your little heist schemes. Okay, what did you see? I forget the time, but it was pretty dark outside. Probably night. Yup. It was after midnight, but okay. Then I heard this bang, so I looked outside. Then I heard another one. Bang. What was the second shot? A little while later, this boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself. Yup. What did he say? I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time, promise. That is not what we want to hear. We need to know earlier than that. You know what? Little Terry was just here. Terry? Yep, that kid next door. You always used to make him cry, remember? He was wearing this tattered old coat. Got himself some whiskers growing out his face. He must be talking about Detective Gumshoe. He comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? Somehow I don't think we're going to get much useful information from this guy. Maya, maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Oh wait, I have one more question. Huh? Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk. Don't forget DL6, squawk. What? You can't just drop that on us. Why does he know about this? Why does she know about this? Hey, Dad. This is getting weird. Who is this old guy? Why would that bird Polly know about DL6? We have to figure out who that old man is. Oh. What? He locked the door from the other side. Who could that old man be? I think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 incident. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Do you maybe want to take a break?
You're like right at
Okay.
With the start of another thing.
We're gonna take a break then?
Yeah, just meet Gumshoe and present him with the parrot. And
Okay.
Then they'll get one extra thing, and then it'll be a break spot.
Okay, I just have an ad coming soon. I'll snooze it one more time.
Yeah, sorry, I wouldn't.
This is just a lot of like reading too, you know?
Yeah, it's just you're definitely like right at the spot.
Okay, no, that's fine. Hey, pal, long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? The boat caretaker. You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Oh yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How'd you... That was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. DL6 incident. Let's ask. Please help us. We need to know about the DL6 incident. That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think that it has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file, so I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. Obviously it is! It was the one guy! Come on! You said we gotta present? Oh, the parrot. What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about the incident. That incident? DL6. What? Yeah, we all agree. Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk. Don't forget DL6. Squawk. Huh? I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would the old man know about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? Yeah. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. Alright, way to go, Gumshoe. Record room! Alright, we in there. Wow. It's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found out where the file is. Ooh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. We'll take it all. Case summary. Right. Here you go. December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days, the case is closed. Fuck that. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. that day. This is why he hates earthquakes now, y'all, and why he didn't before, but he does now. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours! That would be scary like that in the dark. Oh my god, no, I would die. That guy did. Oh no. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator and the survivors were unconscious. Okay. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart! Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? Oh my god. He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in that elevator. Holy fuck. And then you're just stuck in there for 5 hours? Okay, this is my last ad snooze, so... Do you have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course. Why would his son have been at the courthouse? So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Huh, it sounds just like this current case. What is going on here? Alright, the suspect. The guy that her mom got arrested. Okay. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was... Oh no, I missed his name. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. Fuck. So he must have been the third person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent, thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so that he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. What the fuck? How convenient. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Is that guy? That's the guy! It's the guy! Still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. It's clearly the most traumatic experience of his life that he had in the 4th grade, stuck in an elevator for 5 motherfucking hours with this shit. Are you kidding me? How is he living? And he's successful? Wow. 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 Wow, 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 wow. They can't take the whole file. It's too much. They'll just take what they need. Okay. Well. That's the guy. And that's why he makes no sense when he talks, because he has brain damage. And that's why the parrot helps him remember everything. Okay. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. All that's left is a trial tomorrow. Okay. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. To be continued. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
One's left off on a cliffhanger
Wow.
for
This is a time.
court case.
Please save, yes.
Let's go.
We saved. We're on the next day.
Okay, so this is the second half of the level that I've been working on. So eventually,
Whew,
it's
okay.
gonna kill you, so
Let's try this court.
Scroll back down, I think. But
Let's try this court. You're a little drunky. We love to hear it. I hope you're having a fun time. Did you go out tonight, or have you been getting a little drunky at home? A little drinky at home? Drunky star high, right? We love a good star.
yes, I did make this happen entirely.
Okay, court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles
yes.
Edgeworth.
Luminous it is.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
I heavily recommend it.
Went to 3 bars with a friend and made new friends. That sounds like so much fun,
There are some
Star.
very spoilers here.
Oh, I hope you had a great time. I hope you're still having a great time. Are you back home now? Did you get home safely? Did your friends get home safely? Apparently, I'm that friend now. Did you and your friends get home safely? Apparently, the prosecution is also ready. Who's the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. I mean, he just answered that question. Clearly, Mr. Von Karma is the judge. Okay, stop saying your ellipses. No opening statements and then objection. Can you be any less dramatic? Like, please. His face is dramatic. It's too much. Too much. He says, not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
I'm excited for that. Great.
Talk next time. It's a 5 with the raid. You know. Okay, we're getting started. Like, we're just getting started on this day at court. We got this guy just being an ass like he is. And then, I don't know. We're gonna hope for the best. We just figured some shit out, though. Right before I took a break. And then came back. And then y'all raided. So, let's see how this goes. He has a prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Nah, dude. We got shit to say. We got shit to do. Yeah, they're disagreeing with you, too, dude. Come on. Come on. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? We're objecting already. Must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. Some mysterious bow shop owner. The guy! Yogi! It's gonna be Yogi! Witness, state your profession. What's his damn name?
Oh, nice. I do have the Let's just patch it in.
I'm the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. Like, the Wet Noodle doesn't exist. Why are they taking this guy's claims, like, seriously right now? I don't mean to be rude, because, like, clearly he has brain damage if he's the guy that he is. But, like, I'm having a hard time with this right now. I'm having a hard time. Wiz! Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Wiz. Also, I can't believe that many hours have already gone by. Okay, let's see. He says the night of the incident you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to.
Okay, can we ask who this guy
I'm gonna
is?
have to change this one on account.
Wait a
of
minute.
this
The
is
witness
very,
hasn't stated his name yet.
mostly harmless.
Every witness states their
in the
name.
background also.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah!
I did read it also.
I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes.
Yeah, some itself works.
Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Literally every witness states their name, so I'm not really sure why suddenly you don't give a fuck about that, but okay. Like, someone's identity is not trivial in a court of law? What the fuck do you mean? I'm irritated by this. Let's keep going. The witness will state his name. Thank you, Judge. The only one in here with some sense. Dude's asleep. He says,
Oh,
I'm not really sure.
because there's a graphic sheet that I.
What do you mean? My, memory.
We're not gonna
Your
do
Honor,
that right now.
the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Okay, so he has short-term memory, but not long-term memory? Perhaps? Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Alright. Testimonian. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just a-floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Objection. There's nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. But I mean, it's not like he could identify the guy. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. What? Why does he always just, like, comply? Dude, please. Am I gonna get, like, pinged, dinged, if I cross-examine? I have to cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Dude, why Karma yelling? 3 minutes just passed. I'm a whiny baby. My prediction wasn't right, so I go run. Well, let's just take our time. Yeah, you're the one who said 3 minutes, you fucking weirdo. Come on. We're gonna cross-examine now. Cross-examination! Just after midnight. Well, I mean, we can ask about this, because we know it's not a restaurant. Press! Hold it! So anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? Objection. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. I wanted to talk about the restaurant part, but I guess we're not talking about that. Then I heard another bang. But like, what man? What was he wearing? What was anything? By your window. Yeah, none of this is right outside the window of my little shack. Could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Right? How would you not say that before? I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, we all do. Why do we not have a sweat command? Hold on. Oh my god, I don't know why I can't just like copy it right now. There we go. Okay. That man was a defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. What? How did you just leave that out, though? I feel like these witnesses just make shit up. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dead. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. He fell over? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma, he lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fool. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial's gonna be over. Is there something to object, though? Objection. Your Honor. We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? I mean, I don't think I can just raise another objection. Yeah, I think that's the only thing we can do right now. Yeah, I can't see any room to raise an objection. I better hold back and see how things go. We have to do something. If we stay quiet now, Mr. Edgeworth will be found guilty for sure. It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough! The witness may leave the stand. He passed out already. We can't even see him. I thought he left. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. Oh no. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. Uh-oh.
Friends 201 sweat.
Exclamation sweat! I'm stressed. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. Wait, what?
So, you found a lose condition in this case.
Wait.
Just kidding.
What?
Bum bum bum.
What? Who was that just now? Me! Mia? Huh? What? Larry! It's the butts! What the fuck are you doing here, Larry? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. I don't think you like forget that you heard a gunshot. Order. Objection. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. Dude, you're not the fucking judge. If you want to be a judge so fucking badly, maybe be a judge and not a fucking lawyer. God. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot. Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Somebody quote that. Quote what? Larry, it's the butts. Theo already quoted it. Unless there was another one. Okay, order. This is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial's over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry, he could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right, okay. The line about being a judge. Oh. I forget what it was. Hold on. Let me see. I didn't mean to put the sir emote. I just typed sir in all caps and it changed it to the emote. It says sir. I don't know if I said sir in it, but I added the sir if I didn't. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it's our duty to hear him speak right here, right now. A waste of time. You're a waste of time, Karma! The verdict cannot be overturned. I don't think you're in charge in this courtroom. Allow me to speak my opinion. Yes, Your Honor. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty! Yes! Very excited here. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now! Ho ho! He ain't playing! What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we'll hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. He said BRB. All right. Whew, that was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah. This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. Ho ho! So there is some hope. So you're saying there's a chance. Alright. Alright. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. He does always prep them and like tell them to leave things out. Fen! Thank you for clipping that. Yeah, no, he hasn't had a chance to prep Larry. Yep. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Okay. Let's go back in. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Testimony! That night, I was out on a boat in the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So he heard one gunshot. That was an unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's gonna say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Cross-examination! That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. Hold it! Looking for something. Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? Objection! Oh. What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. Oh, I guess that was irrelevant. Quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock.
And then the graphics.
Where did the sound come from? Well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know? Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. You only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick, it was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. We're just gonna press everything, I guess. What time was it? After 11 p.m. when I went out on the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. Waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. Why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Was looking for something and found it. We already pressed that. Let's go here. Around what time was this? Oh, that he put the boat back. Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around midnight. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I already asked this. Where did the sound come from? Looked around. We looked at the lake. Looked over the lake but didn't see a boat. We're just gonna press everything. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. Humph. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. There has to be something to, like, present here, right?
You present something against the sixth statement he makes.
Okay. Let me start back over and count them. I think that was the right spot, but I could be wrong. He added a statement, though. Oh, well, it's this one then, because there isn't anything after it. Do I present the empty lake photo?
No. You present
That seemed right.
Lotta's deposition.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it says 2 sounds.
Okay. I forgot that was there. Okay, let's see what this is. We said objection. Wait a sec, Larry.
Yeah, so
What?
It basically is kind of...
You only heard one bang?
each other,
You're sure?
as well as
That's what I said.
just doing whatever.
But Miss Loudheart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs.
Yeah, well,
And the old man just now said the same thing.
operators,
They both heard 2 gunshots that night.
go for it.
Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Ew. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. They're booing. I've never seen him say stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you're listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time? I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? No, he'll continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. And also, Karma, it's almost like I know that I didn't lose and I have something and I'm just trying to fucking get there, but you're being a dick and won't let me, and you're making it take longer than it needs to because you're dramatic as fuck. And you can't just, like, let anyone else win. Anyway, let's re-testimony. Okay. Testimony. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Objection. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. None of us can. I missed some things. You ever wake up and be filled with panic like you're late or miss something important? Yes. Just had to convince myself that I in fact don't have obligations at 1:30 a.m. I would hope not. Is the judge supposed to be sassy aggressive to the witness? I don't think so, but also is Karma supposed to be sassy like that to the judge? I also don't think so. Alright, let's cross-examine this. Why were you alone on Christmas Eve? Where is your fiance? So you turned on the radio? Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone! I mean, but where was your girlfriend? Or fiance? I don't know. All requests show on the radio. We're just gonna press everything because I don't know where he's going with this. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? Objection. This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? Was listening to it real booming loud. We're just gonna ask everything. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Well, how you know? Can you prove it? No, of course you can't. No, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about... Oh my god. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Well, what did he say? What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. It'll help with, like, the time that it was. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard, but there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. What have I not pressed?
The final statement that he just added.
Oh. Are you sure? I already pressed this.
Then you have to present something there.
Oh. He says I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened, but I guess I have to press with presenting something?
Yeah.
Well, it's not this deposition again. What am I supposed to present? This doesn't line up with the time? Is it this? I was right. I'm aware.
Funny enough, you could have also presented the deposition again.
Oh, interesting.
That also
I was immediately like, well, it's not that.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything, but it's something you could do either. Because they both do the same thing, effectively.
Yeah. Okay, good to know, good to know. Okay, Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25 at 12:15, 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Machine by heart, I'm sorry. It's based on the
Show is. Order. What does this mean? The 2 prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Well, I mean, it did say that the gun was fired 3 times. We only have 2 gunshots accounted for. Like, maybe there was another shot earlier. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Oh. I'm gonna say he's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Oh, don't you worry. I mean, this one was taken at 11:50. I wonder why it would have been taken! Look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
I know, I thought that too, but I couldn't do the voice. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The time stamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in the photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Ah, shit. Why would this be? Objection! Don't be fooled, Judge! That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yeah? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear! Good to know you're keeping your nose clean, man. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Do I now show the gun that says it was fired 3 times?
Yes.
Yeah! Take that!
Do that.
This is my evidence.
This is my evidence.
The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. I figured it out like 20 minutes ago, but we finally got there. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. An ad! No! Snooze. Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I don't have it, so I'm glad he does. Remember the case with the steel samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes. If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm gonna run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already got a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I see anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tusk, tusk, tusk. So you finally realized the truth? There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. He said, call an ambulance, but not from Edgeworth. Sorry. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. But Hammond was not, clearly. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. This is... we're getting somewhere. What do you mean by that? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 00:15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? We're all mad here, Karma. Explain who the two men on the boat are. Oh, shit. I think it's this. Because Hammond was already dead.
Just pick it and find out.
Okay, we're gonna try it. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer! After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Oh! What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Karma, this is no time to be bringing up amazing rappers, okay? Not the time or the place. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. I'm so scared. I mean, I don't know the name, though. Would it have been Lotta? No, it's somebody else. It's somebody else. I always knew Lotto was up to no good. I'm memeing. Yeah. There's an ad that's gonna run. Let me just run it now while we try to figure it out. I've told you that I went to the same high school as him, right? Like so many years before me? Wait, who?
You went to the same high school as Phoenix Wright? That's amazing.
The Nickelback guy? Luda! Oh my god, that's way better than the Nickelback guy. Incredible. Yeah, it must have been like many, many years before you because he was already making music when I was in high school. I remember because I was obsessed. I'm a little chilly. So I think I have to go with I don't know here. I'm a little stressed out about it. But I think that is what we have to choose because we don't know. Speaking of high school, I really liked the new Linkin Park single. What? Linkin Park is like middle school for me, I would say. I'm scared to pick I don't know, but like I can't pick Edgeworth obviously, and I don't know if it's Lotta.
Do you want me to tell you?
I don't know. Well, I've just accidentally doxed myself. Oh no. No, you didn't. We still talked about it, but it's not in the chat anymore. Ah! Yeah, just tell me.
You don't know.
Oh, thank God, okay. Twice in one day. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah. Again, you waste my time. I don't know why you think your time's so much better than ours. I don't know because he never told us! The guy! The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man! It's Yogi! We already know it's him! From DL6! At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. I don't know. Here's where the camera would have been. Over here. But there was nothing on the lake when that photograph went off. Was it by here? I don't know. I thought he knew. The slippery spoon. What is this over here? The hot dog shop and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be over here somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think it's the actual shop, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll try here. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Objection. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Yeah, he's all looking out on the boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. Yeah, that means he was really close to it. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really, but I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. It wasn't Edgeworth. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness, I would assume. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. How did this guy come up with this whole plan? Because he did not seem like he had that much going on in his brain. I'm not gonna lie.
Seems like a good cover-up to me.
To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. Kenwolf with the raid! Kenwolf, what were you up to? Project Zomboid. We love to see it. Wait, Kenwolf has his own command here. Oh wait, I'll wait for the pyramid. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Everyone go follow Kenwolf. Kenwolf, how was your stream? How was Project Zomboid? I don't know what it is, but I hope you had a great time. Thank you for the raid. We are at a very climactic moment, honestly, here in Phoenix Wright, first play, and we're woo, you know? This is what happened, Your Honor. This is where we're at. So this is what's going on. I hope you had a great night, and how was everything? It was good. Played a bunch of Star Ocean until end of time because Akagari was frustrating me, and then hopped on the Zomboid server. Nice. That sounds like Kaizo for you, you know? Yeah, we've just been chilling with Phoenix Wright tonight. I guess I don't entirely know how much longer we're going, but until this like day wraps up, I guess. But yeah, it's been a great night. We've had a lot of laughs, a lot of misspeaks, a lot of fun. So thanks for joining the party. Thanks for bringing friends over here. Appreciate you. On the second ghost house level, got 15 exits down. That's amazing. GG. I haven't even played Akagari yet. Hopefully soon. My Kaizo skills are not where I thought they would be, and I mean it's my own fault because I don't play it like too much. But I try to do once a week, you know? But even then, that's not enough, I guess, to hone my skills. But that's amazing. I'm really proud of you. Oh, you know what? My rug is all weird. Hold on. Okay. Alright, let's see what keeps going with this. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Where are we going with this? Come on. Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker. Quickly! Better not have left, because he's a murderer. Very well. While we're waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Oh, fuck. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Ray has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes, several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. Did this other guy do this? And like tell both of them to come as like the other one? He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. Yeah, that's what we were worried about. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly! We cannot allow him to get away. Yeah, that screams innocent. That's definitely what innocent people do. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. Oh, he looks peeved. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him and I want to know who he is.
I want him, oh my.
Right? Jeez. Very well. Court is adjourned. Motherfucking Yogi. I don't know his first name, I forget, but Mr. Yogi. That was the name. That was the guy. He was in the fucking elevator. What did he know? Well, he's the one who killed the dad. Oh my god, there's so much going on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bun may play Phoenix Wright tomorrow just to get the end of this case.
Right? Oh my god. At least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with this testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right, there's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed? Bum, bum, bum! A crime you committed? A memory of a murder! What?! This isn't a TV show! You don't have to get me back for the next episode, I'll be here! What the fuck cliffhanger was that?!
You watched it. You can't unwatch it. So stay tuned tomorrow for.
I guess we're playing this tomorrow. Perhaps some Dark Souls after. I'll start earlier, so maybe we can do both.
I know Bun enough to know that she's not going to be able to focus through the end of this. She needs to see how it ends.
He just spilled the most piping hot tea all over the damn courtroom, all over the lobby.
Sips ready. Get your sips on.
So, like, he killed his dad? Another guy saw? My wheels are turning right now. The wheel in the bun keeps on turning. You know I'll be playing this tomorrow.